Hi, it's Jerry with I Love RV Life, and today I'm going to share one of my favorite things that we use when we're out doing our RV thing. You've asked questions about it. I'm going to show you our Olympian grill. I think you're going to like this. Well, hi, it's Jerry, and we get so many questions about, what do you use for this, that, or the other when you're out doing your RV travel? And we've got a lot of questions recently, especially since we did our outdoor screen. So many people have seen the grill, and we've had this thing for about 2 years. So I'm going to show you this dirty and gritty. We use this grill like crazy. It is a Olympian 5500 Professional Series grill. One of the things that I like so much about it, it's stainless steel. With the other brand of grills that we've had, we just burn them up. Again, we grill out so much. It doesn't matter whether it's the peak of summer or the peak of winter. I think Joan's got a picture of me grilling outside, standing in the snow. We just love to grill. And it just doesn't matter. With the green ones and the red ones and the blue ones, I think we've actually had 3 of them, we burnt those things up in a year. They're just not made to use as heavy as we use these. So let me show you some tips about what we like about this one. It's going to be greasy, it's going to be gritty. I didn't take this thing out and wash it beforehand. It's 2 years old and we use it like the dickens. So about once a year I'll take it to the car wash. So you're going to get to see it in its natural state. So this is the grill. It is the Olympian 5500 Professional Series. This thing is used. This thing is 2 years old, and we use the dickens out of it. It's got a nice thermometer on the front of it that's relatively accurate. This thing comes with a hose that if you've got a port on your camper, you can use it. But I'll show you what I've done. This was a spare space that I had where batteries are typically located. I'm sorry, I'm in the campground. A lot of folks coming in today. It's going to be a little noisy. But this was where a single battery goes. So if you've got a refrigerator that is a 3-way with gas, this is where your battery goes. Since we have a residential refrigerator, I have a battery box, and this was just unused space. So I put me a 20-pound tank, and I have my hose, and then it has, if you'll notice here, it has a quick connect located here that makes it easy. Foldable legs that are here, and I know it's greasy. And then if you'll notice on the inside, it has your grill, but one of the things that I like most about it, it has a cast iron grate that's down in the bottom of it, which really gives you nice even heat distribution. And it really does a good job. And I'll take it to the car wash about once a year and clean it up. But right now it's heavily used, and it's going to be used a whole lot more here for over the next 4 or 5 weeks before we go home. So let me go ahead and put some chicken thighs on here, and I'll show you this thing in action. All right, super easy to light. Just gonna put this thing on high, hit the Piezo electric starter, off she goes. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring this thing up to heat, and then we'll get our chicken started. Okay, looks like we're getting up to temperature. We're at about 400 degrees. It's nice and warm. One of the things I'm going to be using is this tray. If you have not seen one of these before, this one's stainless steel. This is wonderful. We use it for shrimp, we use it for fish, especially fish where it's really flaky. You can put your fish in here and it doesn't come apart, and you can cook it. Because I'm going to be using butter, I'm going to season this so that my chicken doesn't stick. But if you're interested in the recipe, it's really simple. It's a 1/4 stick of butter and a 1/4 cup of Worcestershire sauce, and it does a really good job. And I'm going to season this just so the chicken doesn't stick in it. And I've got some boneless chicken thighs. And we're going to season the bottom of these really well so that they don't stick. Give them some flavor. And it's already starting to sizzle. Now I'll share this about this grill. If the thing about the blue ones and the green ones and the red ones, sometimes they don't generate much heat. That is not a problem with this boy here. It will really get hot. Matter of fact, I got it on high now, and once this picks up heat, I'm going to be turning it down low. And again, with this grill, it will really generate a nice even heat with that cast down grate that's located down here at the bottom. And this is going to start smoking here as you want it to. And thank goodness I have a breeze that's blowing in the opposite direction of the camera. Very important when you're filming. This is not going to be Bobby Flays, that's for sure. Okay, there we go. And with this little tray right here, this will help give me just a little bit of separation and prevent it from flaming up so bad with all that butter in there. Okay, I'm going to close this lid for a little bit. Nice stainless steel, let it build up some heat, get a little bit of smoke going on in there, and see if I can wash this raw chicken off my hands. I'll be right back. Alright, this is exactly what I want to see here. I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat down. And look at that. Those are pretty. I'm going to go ahead and baste them again. And then I'm going to do this a few more times with this brush until the chicken starts to get partially cooked. And then I'm going to go inside. This is a silicone brush. If you've ever used one of these are great. But I've got another one inside just like it, and I'll take it and I'll get a clean one here in a minute. That way I won't be putting that on raw chicken and cooked chicken. But look at that. And you see the nice even heat. And then with this thing right here, it gives me just that right amount of separation to keep it from flaming up with all that butter and everything. It's great too if you've got, you know, fatty fish or something like that, keep it separated. But again, we're 2 years into this thing, and it is as good as new. Greasy, but good as new. Well used. But I think that's a testimony that if you got something that's used this much, and then taken a couple car wash cleanings and still held up just as well, it's got a nice even eye in it. We really like it. Olympian 5500 Professional Series. I will put a link down in the bottom, and so that if you're interested in buying one like this, they're not too expensive. Look, they're not the $99 special. I think on Amazon I bought this for $179, $180 Prime, free shipping, and it came with the hose to be hooked up to the propane tank if you've got an auxiliary. And I can't remember what this one cost with the regulator. I want to say it's a $25 to $30 range, but I'll put a link in for that as well. But look at this thing generating smoke. No flame ups. This is what's making the difference there for no flame ups. But doing a good job. This chicken's been going for about, I guess about 3 or 4 minutes on this side. I'm going to go ahead and flip it. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And you'll notice it's still raw in the middle. But we're getting there. We'll flip it a couple more times. But what I hope you're seeing here is that there's no flame up. And that's really a product of this thing here. Really, really helps that. And it's letting that butter and the juices of the chicken get down there on that cast iron grate. And that's going to give it that nice charcoal smoky flavor that you really want when you're grilling out. And that's, again, they call this a professional series grill, and I really see where that benefit comes through. And I got to share with you the butter, the fats, and this little recipe that my son came up with. Really keeps that chicken moist, super, super, super moist. And then the Worcestershire sauce gives it just a little bit of a tang, or as some of them say here in the South, what's this here sauce? Yummy, look at that. Ooh, man, does that smell some kind of good. And I see a little flame up, but it's still not bad. I'm going to close that lid up. And I'm looking here, we're probably cooking at around, I don't know, 250 degrees top heat. And then, of course, we're getting a little extra heat down on the bottom. What a nice grill. Love this thing. All right. We should be getting close to being done here. I'm going to do this. This is another old trick for even heat. I'm going to flip them on both sides. We are just about done. Wow, look at that, y'all. Almost done. I'm a touchy guy. Do you know that? Okay, so that's rare. That's medium rare. That's done. And that's well done. So I'm going to want it somewhere between there and there in the touch. Again, my son, the restaurateur, taught me that. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Let me do a close-up on this. You just got to see it. It's beautiful. Look at that chicken. Worcestershire and butter. Yummy for the tummy. One more thing I'll share about the other style of camping stoves. This isn't affected by for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's stainless steel. Number two, you've got the cast iron grate. Even these, you can't see it, they're kind of greasy. But even this top grill here is stainless. But a lot of times when you baste, especially when you use things like barbecue sauces, which we use a lot, they'll have vinegar and salt in them. And it just eats the elements up. And that's one of the reasons we burn ours up. You know, I was sitting here and I don't want to seem like it's a slam job. But these sauces, and this is, you know, got Worcestershire sauce, it's just so hard on them. But this cast iron grill, it just burns all that off and it doesn't affect the element. And this also has, if it shows up, this also has a tray here at the bottom to catch any juices that keeps it from messing up your table. And I'm doing this on a plastic table, so there's absolutely no heat generated down here at the bottom. I'm putting my hand under it. It's absolutely just as cool, and it does a good job. All right. Another minute, off they come. Done, done, done. Look at this. What? Is that pretty? Look at that. Just beautiful. Beautiful. All right. I'll come out here and get this off in just a few minutes. Look at that. That is pretty chicken thighs. All right. Let's go inside and eat. So there you have it, the Olympian 5500 professional grill. It's one of our favorite, if you want to call it a luxury item, it's one of our favorite luxury items that we have in doing this RV lifestyle. It always works, it always comes on, it always has good even heat, whether we're doing shrimp or blackened catfish, we're southern, can't help it, salmon, scallops, steaks, pork chops. It just really doesn't matter. You can get the heat that you want, you can get the texture that you want. It gives you a nice even heat. You don't have to manage the flame ups. It's really a good grill. So I'll put a link down at the bottom. Again, I've never done a cooking show. I try not to do that. There's so many folks who show cooking on in the RV channels. I've tried to keep it to medium, to the bare minimum here. But it just really shows you how well this grill's performed. Cook that chicken in about 6 or 7 minutes. Done. Juicy, tender, just absolutely delicious. So as always, with my grill, stainless steel, the Olympian, I really love RV life.